Welcome to the latest edition of our Seafood News Weekly Roundup Show, brought to you by Urner Barry Seafood Import Workshop. I'm Urner Barry and SeafoodNews.com editor Michael Ramsing, and we have a great show on tap for you today with some interesting company announcements and a couple of notable stories from the salmon industry. Our top story will discuss the latest snow crab prices in the market right now. But first, we start today's headline news in Chile, where federal fishery officials enacted monitoring protocols in the Gulf of Peñas after a toxic strain of algae was detected in thousands of dead salmon smolt. The protocols were enacted after salmon producer Nova Austral said toxic algae killed 149,000 salmon smolts during transport to a grow-out center in Los Lagos. The smolt arrived dead to the center. The tide strain was found in the Gulf of Peñas, not in any commercial salmon pens. Federal fishery officials believe the salmon were infected with the algae during transport, since boats recirculate ocean waters into the salmon holding tanks when they are shipped. For now, only closed vessels are permitted to ship salmon, while aerial surveys of the Gulf are now underway. Meanwhile, Bristol Seafood was named the 2016 Vendor of the Year by major West Coast seafood distributor Santa Monica Seafood. Bristol's been in business since 1992 and last year shipped more than 6 million pounds of seafood from its facility, which is based in Portland, Maine. Bristol is the first and only processor of mussels, scallops, and fish fillets in the state of Maine to carry a Safe Quality Food Institute certification. Santa Monica praised Bristol's high fulfillment rate and quality of the distributor's products. Santa Monica is one of the largest seafood distributors in the West Coast market. The company supplies major retailers like Albertsons and its banner stores, and is a key seafood provider to the West Coast restaurant sector. The award coincided with the opening of Bristol's West Coast office that will be led by Ted McDermott. McDermott was most recently the fresh and frozen sales representative for Seattle seafood wholesaler E&E Foods. He is an industry veteran with over a decade's worth of experience in the seafood industry. In some other news, a statement from the Alaskan Seafood Marketing Institute explained why Alaskan salmon sold at grocery stores in the UK is processed in China. This response was prompted after Tesco explained its supply chain practices to customers on social media who wanted to know why its wild Alaskan salmon fillet products carry a country of origin label that says China. The grocer's response triggered some blowback about the carbon footprint that is created to produce Alaskan salmon for the UK market. But ASME defended the industry's practices, explaining how hand filleting provides a better yield compared to machine filleting, which maximizes fish utilization and offsets any carbon footprint lost during transport. Finally, 4 McDonald's restaurants in San Francisco are now testing a crab sandwich item that is made with snow crab. This co-op of McDonald's stores said that if this crab item tests well, it will roll out the product to an additional 250 stores in the San Francisco region. Snow crab is an interesting choice for the sandwich, given the item's exceptionally high price in wholesale markets right now, which for us is a perfect transition for today's top story. But first, remember that you can read all of these stories and get premium market seafood market information with a subscription to Urner Barry's Comtel. Anyway, back to snow crab. Canadian prices out of Newfoundland and from the Gulf of St. Lawrence are at record levels in all available sizes, while Alaskan snow crab prices are currently unquoted according to Urner Barry. But reports from Japan this past week say Bering Sea snow crab prices are escalating wildly above $8 per pound because of production cutbacks in Alaska. Remember, Alaska cut its Bering Sea snow crab quota by 50% to a little over 21.5 million pounds. This is the lowest snow crab quota out of the state in 45 years. According to Japanese traders, the business strategy for the Alaskan companies is to lock in a U.S. price and then present it to Japan. This has wholesale snow crab prices in Japan smashing all records, with the market up about 50% compared to last year. Traders think the $8 per pound price will also be offered at the Boston Seafood Show next month. Looking ahead, there is hope for an early opening of the Canadian Gulf season, especially if ice conditions are not severe. This has snow crab buyers closely anticipating the opening of the Canadian snow crab seasons later this year. And that's it for our program, which is brought to you by Urner Barry's Seafood Import Workshop Series. The event will be held here at Urner Barry's headquarters in Toms River, New Jersey on February 28th. It's getting close and seats are running out for this full day of seafood import compliance training. Grab your spot today by heading over to shop.urnerbarry.com or give us a call at 732-240-5330. As always, you can tell us how we're doing on Twitter by tweeting at us at SeafoodComNews and at UBSeafood, and you can like Urner Barry and Seafood News on Facebook to learn more about what we're up to. For Urner Barry and Seafood News, I'm Michael Ramsing. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you here back next week.